I'm afraid I failed to provide a biography. I think probably all you need to know is that I am indeed currently the lead technologist for advanced materials at the Technology Strategy Board, that I'm on secondment from Kinetic into that role, and my previous role at Kinetic was as technical manager for applied materials at Kinetic Farnborough. And lastly, that I've been involved in materials science and technology for more years than I'm going to admit to this afternoon. At the last Materials KTN annual event, I presented, indeed from this very spot, the state of play as it was at the time in the development of the Technology Strategy Board's new strategy for advanced materials. And so what I'd like to do today is to bring you up to date in terms, first of all, of the further development of that strategy, but more importantly, in terms of the implementation of the strategy over the last 12 months or so. The strategy was, after a further period of consultation, published and launched on the world in early October of last year, 2008. You can find it and download it from the Technology Strategy Board's website that you see there, www.innovateuk.org. Hopefully you've all also spotted that there are hard copies available today in the exhibition area for you to pick up and take away and hopefully read. And I'm also told, and you probably don't know this, that it's also been uploaded onto the memory sticks that you will find in your delegate packs, so there's absolutely no excuse whatsoever for not having a copy of this strategy and ensuring that you know its contents from cover to cover. At the core of the strategy is really the identification of these three priority areas. So these are areas where the Technology Strategy Board will place its investment in the advanced materials area over initially the comprehensive spending review period, 2008 to 2011, but undoubtedly beyond that period as well. So first of all, energy. So this is all about the generation, the distribution, the usage of secure, clean, and affordable energy. The second priority theme is sustainability, where we'll be looking to focus on transport and construction, but also looking at this sort of general area of reduce, reuse, and recycle, which brings in other sectors such as packaging. And it's really these first two areas, energy and sustainability, which of course are very much interlinked, where we'll be looking to put the majority of our investment over this initial period. However, we do also recognize that there are so-called high-value markets outside of these areas where materials technology can make a significant business impact. And so we won't be neglecting these, and initially we'll be looking at healthcare, creative industries, and obviously of relevance today, the defense and security sector. Looking at the strategy slightly more pictorially, the message really in the strategy is it provides a framework for harnessing what is undoubtedly a very strong but also a very diverse science and technology base in advanced materials technology in the UK. Channeling that diverse base through the three priority theme areas that I've already mentioned, with the aim of producing high-value products and high-value processes that can then be exploited through one or more application or market sectors, such as energy, transport, healthcare, and so on. We also identify in the strategy a number of what I've called key technology thrust areas. These are specific areas of materials technology where we believe that there are particular opportunities for the technology to provide commercial and business impact across those three priority theme areas: energy, sustainability, and high-value markets. I don't intend to go through them today. You'll see your own areas of interest there, undoubtedly. And the take-home message is that there's really a broad opportunity for the whole of the materials community to engage with and support the implementation of the advanced materials strategy as we go forward. Moving then to implementation. The implementation of the strategy will be facilitated via existing Technology Strategy Board delivery mechanisms, and I list the primary ones here, and hopefully they'll all be fairly familiar to most of you. And what I intend to do in the rest of the presentation is to give you some specific examples where we've either already launched or where we intend to launch in the near future initiatives that fall into one or more of these categories. What you will see clearly is that the major delivery mechanism remains collaborative R&D and our collaborative R&D competitions. However, what you'll also see is a shift away from competitions which focus on topics which have come directly from the advanced materials area to a much broader set of programs and competitions, some of which, in fact perhaps the majority of which now, have their origins in other technology areas, in other application areas, and increasingly from our innovation platforms such as low carbon vehicles and low impact buildings, where materials technology is recognized to have a very important role to play. You'll also see that we're using some slightly different mechanisms than perhaps we've used historically, and that includes European programs and also the SBRI program. You've already heard mention of SBRI this morning from both of our keynote speakers, and hopefully you've also had a chance to see the stand in the exhibition area and maybe talk with my colleague Michael Mackay-Lewis about SBRI. But briefly, SBRI is a mechanism that provides 100% funding, good news to everybody, to businesses, including SMEs, in order to carry out research and development, which, as it says here, provides future technology options which address government challenges. And that's the key issue about SBRI. And you've heard today, as I say, both the MOD and National Health Service are very much embracing this now as a mechanism for supporting research and technology. This is a KTN annual event, so a few words first of all about what we've been doing in the area of knowledge transfer. I don't intend actually to say very much about KTNs because Robert Kwashi will be following me and will be giving you some detail specifically about the materials KTN, but I suspect generally about knowledge transfer networks. All I wanted to say here really was that following a very major review of the whole of the Technology Strategy Board's knowledge transfer network in late 2008, we're now in the process of restructuring and relaunching that network, which is involving both the restructuring of some individual KTNs, bringing some KTNs together, but also looking at the balance of the whole network. And we hope that we'll be putting that into place in the very near future, in the case of the materials KTN, hopefully within the next month or so. And once that is in place, all of the KTNs will be very much working with us to actively support the implementation of all of our strategies, and clearly in the case of advanced materials, this materials KTN will play the lead role.